Okay, what do I have? No half and half, so I have to use milk. I have no half and half, so I have to use milk. Okay. This is a little bit more sugar. It doesn't need sugar, but I'm putting sugar in there. This is interesting. Very interesting. I'm interested. I don't see any comments. I'm great. I'm fantastic. Should I not be? Ooh. I just like the way it looks. Hey. I just moved into this condo in January. And the cabinets are solid. They were made in the 70s. So they're like really, really nice, but I didn't like the doors on them at all. Not at all. They were very, I don't know. The doors bothered me, so I just took them off. Oh no, you had to say goodbye to Cheeky. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. That must have been really sad. At least you know Cheeky has a new home. Thank you, Astoria. I appreciate that. Today is a live reading day. I'm only taking a small number of clients. Yeah, I had to put to sleep my pets. Putting my pets to sleep was like the worst. It's the worst. There's nothing worse than having to put down a pet. It's just so sad. It's so sad. I just woke up, everybody. What? Pooh. Good morning. I literally just woke up. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Oi! Hey! Yeah! Ooh! Good morning, everybody. Yeah. It's because pets are like family, you know? Pets are like family. Yeah, don't get a reading. That doesn't help. Hey, Aaron. What's up, Jackie? Your daughter is just such a precious sweetheart, and I can totally see her in you. I can totally see your daughter, like she has some of your mannerisms. She has like some innate qualities. She's got some innate qualities that really remind me of you. So, I mean, it's so clear that she's your daughter. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. I know she's not a girl, but she is a beautiful girl. What's going on with my hair? My hair is having its own life, like all by itself. I need to get a separate window for it. I had some really fucked up dreams. But here's the thing. I don't take fucked up dreams as some omen or sign that something bad is happening. Sometimes you just have dreams that are weird. But I had some really, really interesting dreams, and it was really weird. Hey, Michelle. What's up? Good to see you. I'm doing live readings today, everybody. So if anybody wants a reading, I'll make a little list, and I'm only going to take a limited number of clientele because me and Ian Witchfoot got stuff to do later. What's going on TikTok today? Anything interesting? Jackie, I do Cash App and Venmo unless you are not in the country. And if you're not in the country, then I can accept the payment through my website. But I prefer Cash App or Venmo. I'm just waking up, everybody. Do you have Cash App or Venmo? Okay, hold on. It's $20 for 20 minutes, by the way. Let me put it's the same on Cash App and on Venmo. It's BRUJORYAN. That's not what I want to do. How do I pin the comment? Crystal, if you go to my website, the one that is on, or if you go to my link tree on my profile, there's something that says services and products or products and services. If you click on that and scroll down, it'll take you to something that says 20-minute TikTok live reading, and you can pay for it there. I feel like, I gotta, hold on. I need to get something from my hair. Hold on a second. This is bothering me. I've got to put something in my hair. Oh, I'll just use this. It's brown. Y'all, I had the best live last night with my Ianifa. My priestess came into my room, and I was totally shocked to see her come into my room, and I invited her up. And, okay, honey, I'll check in a second. It was a great live. Get my fucking hair out of my face. Why do I have hair in my face? It's bothering me. I am bothered. Thank you. Okay, that's better. I feel better about it. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's better. Okay, hold on, Jackie. I'm getting my act together. I know that you paid for your reading. I just got up a little while ago. Hey, Julie. I just need to, take care of... Wait, no. How did a fly come into my fucking house? Oh, my God. No, not allowed. Damn. God damn it. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Oh, I'm so... Hey, Hey, Zerko. Absolutely, you too. All right, hold on. I'm going to make my list. I'm so mad right now. There's a fly in my house, and I don't even know how it got in here. And my hair is out of control. Oh, somebody sent me $20. Who has the email address starting with CRY? Crystal, I got you. Hold on, let me write down Jackie and Crystal. Jackie and Crystal. Okay, I've got 2 other people that have sent me money. That's Jackie and Alexis. Alexis. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started then on my readings. I'm going to go ahead and start with these lovely ladies over here. Jackie, when's the last time I read you? Because I know I've read you. Anybody that didn't see my live last night with my Ia, I posted the whole live on my YouTube channel. FYI. Take your time. Come on, dude. Okay. All right. I'm going to start getting my act together now. She's got the most wonderful energy. She has the most wonderful, wonderful energy. I mean, to me. There are some people that you meet, and as soon as you meet them, you just say to yourself, man, I hope I never run into this person ever again, because their energy is just so nasty. And then there are other people that when you first meet them, you're like, I don't know if I like this person or not. This is going to take me a minute to try to decide whether or not this person is somebody that I'm going to talk to or not. And then there are some people just as soon as you see them or as soon as you hear them, you're like, oh, this person's got a lot of great energy. What's your question, baby? And as soon as she came through my feed, I knew that the Orisha sent her to me. It was Oshun. And I know that I'm supposed to be with her, and I know I'm supposed to receive through her 100% with beyond a shadow of a doubt because of events that have happened. Oh, Lauren, you're so sweet. Not everybody feels that way about me. Not everybody feels that way about me. I'm moving a little bit slower than usual right now. Okay, good. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. I've mellowed out over the years. That's true. But yeah. What's up, Mystic? Hey, Diane. Good morning. TikTok had restricted the use of my live, and now that I'm live again, I have to get myself back. I feel great. You know what, Mystic? I think they can. I think they would for someone who is working with them. I don't see why they wouldn't. Unpopular opinion, because let me tell you something. If you want to become a member of the tradition, you're going to have to go to a Babalawo or an Ianifa, or you're going to have to go to a Lukumi practitioner if you want to go that route, to be able to find out officially what the Orisha has to say. I mean, to do formally. But if you have Orishas around you, and they want you to get a message, they'll get the message through to you however they want, through a dream, through a card. I don't understand why people put limitations on God or the limitations on what these entities can do. Because if you really believe your Orishas are that powerful, then you would believe that they're talking to you through however they want. You have Eshu. I don't know anything about Kumbanda. It's similar to Palo, right? It's similar to Santeria. I know what Umbanda is. I know Umbanda. Umbanda is a spiritualist tradition that works with Orishas and Egun. Hey, Patty. Yeah, you can. Yeah, go to my TikTok profile, click on my link, and it'll say schedule a spiritual consultation. What's up, Orisha Spiritual Solution? Alafia. Quimbanda has Pampajira. It's Exu and Pampajira, right? That's the Pampajira tradition. You work with the Pampajira. It sounds like a fascinating tradition, but I have my hands full with what I'm doing. Yes, right. So in Orisha tradition, everyone has an Eshu. Let me go ahead and put this out there so that if anybody doesn't know. Ifa is a religion and a spiritual tradition that's for everyone. It's for everyone. It's for everyone. It is not closed by your ethnicity. It is a religion. It's the sixth most practiced religion in the world. And if you want to be a part of that religion, you have to go to a priest so that they can do divination for you, because the whole Ifa system is based on the Odu Ifa. It's a system of divination. That's the core of Ifa. It's a system of divination. And everything is done in that tradition because it's divined upon, okay? But the Orishas, Oludumare is a title for the supreme creator. And Oludumare in Yoruba is the god of everyone. It's not the god of a certain group of people. It's the supreme creator of the universe. And the Orishas are the primordial forces that move. They move the universe, they move the earth. And they're also ancestors, okay? But everyone has an Eshu. Like, there's stuff that people don't understand because they listen to people on this TikTok app and they don't actually study. They don't actually learn anything. So everyone has an Eshu. There's an Eshu that lives in your garbage can. There's an Eshu that lives under the sink. Everyone has Eshu. Even if they don't know it. Why do people always ask, are you crowned? Why is that always the first question anybody asks when they come into anyone's live? Anybody can give a gift to an Orisha. Can I get one? You mean a reading, Sterling? Hey, Desiree. It's $20, Sterling. It's $20 for 20 minutes. And you can Cash App me or you can send me money through Venmo. Do you got Cash App or Venmo? I just don't understand. That's just always like the first thing that comes out of everybody's mouth. I'm getting crowned. I will be crowned shortly. It's like if you're crowned, somehow you know something mystically more than everybody else does. You don't. Getting crowned doesn't automatically open you up as a spiritual person. And getting crowned doesn't magically give you some kind of superpower. I'm not nervous at all. All right. Yeah, it's definitely sold that way. All right, so anybody that wants a reading from me needs to Cash App or Venmo me. And I'm only taking a certain number of clients tonight. Wow, that's awesome. All right, Jackie. It's $20. That's crazy. Well, somebody came in here the other day and said they paid $7,000 to have Olokun made. Man, that's a scam, and that is a scam and a half. Somebody went out and bought a new car with that money. $7,000 for Olokun. Just Olokun. Olokun. So you can get your Hand in Ifa by distance. Hand in Ifa is not a ceremony that has to be done in person in a sheshe. Because Hand in Ifa is not like is not initiation in a Sheshe. So can you get Hand of Ifa by distance? Yes, you can. If you're the Cuban Ifa, you absolutely cannot. It's something that has to be done in person. But in a Sheshe, you can get your Hand of Ifas by distance. Guess what? You start learning the Odu Ifa. You start learning the Odus after you get your Hand in Ifa. You start learning those things. You start learning how to divine for yourself. That's something you do for yourself. It's not something you do for somebody else. You can pay me $20 and I'll give you a 20-minute long reading. This is paid readings. All right, hold on, Jackie. I'm getting there. I feel, before I start my readings, I always say a prayer. I say a prayer to God, thanking God for everything God has given me today. I also thank the Orishas and the Loa that are walking with me, that help me. Of course, I always give praise, honor, and glory to Orunmila and Eshu, to my mother, Oshun, and also to the spirits of the dead that walk with me, that help me with my divination sessions. I ask that any messages that come through are for the highest good of everyone listening, for the people that I'm actually reading. And I also invite the spirits that walk with the people who want to get readings to step forward and give me the messages that they want to give me, if it's going to help their lives. Ashe, 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 oh. I don't know. It's very limiting. There's a lot of people that, I don't know why anybody would think that the Orishas would only communicate with a certain group of people and not communicate with anybody that approached them. I got out of that. Like I said, I'm not in Lukumi anymore, so I don't walk around with that kind of mentality anymore. Okay, one more time with these. Okay. All right, hold on, Jackie. You know I use more than one deck, so now I'm going to shuffle up my other deck. The Orishas can also do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. You think you can tell Eshu what to do? Nah. Don't be nervous. Take a nice deep breath. Just chill, okay? Whatever comes out in divination comes out. You don't have to be upset. And whatever the cards say, they say. All I do is just interpret. Right now I'm studying a new deck. And when I start using my new deck, all those babalaos out there that don't like me are going to lose their ever-loving shit. There's an oracle deck. It's called the African God Oracle. And guess what it is? It's the Odus. So as soon as it's a little complicated. And as soon as I figure it out, I'm going to start using that oracle deck, and then watch what they're going to happen, Mexicans. Then they're going to come around and be like, he's giving people Odus in his live readings. He's pulling cards and telling them what their Odu is. I can hear it right now. Oh, hold on. It's a beautiful deck. Hold on. It's called the African. It's probably backwards for you. African Gods Oracle. It's a beautiful, beautiful, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck. And the purpose of it is to learn about, well, to cast divination for yourself, of course, and also to learn about the Odus. Yes. Yes. Yeah, he's a Kimbanda person also, right? He wrote several books on it. He also wrote the books Afro-Brazilian Numerology, which is basically the De Lagoon, which I'm going to buy. It's the cowrie shells. I feel like what a lot of people in these traditions feel like is if normal people, regular people who are interested in working with Orishas buy oracle cards like the African Gods Oracle, or if they read books like Afro-Brazilian Numerology and they learn the cowrie shells and they learn how to divine for themselves, that they won't have the motivation to get initiated or join a house or practice traditionally. And guess what? That's 100% true. Really? Well, you know what, Mexican? Good for you, because he seems like he's incredibly knowledgeable, incredibly educated. And I know what people are afraid of. They're afraid of the quality of the tradition disintegrating into, well, now we no longer have our tradition. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. The tradition is never going to die just because other people go about working with the Orishas in another way. Because let me tell you something. Shango one day is going to make his appearance in the cinematic universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And when Shango shows up, because the Orishas are in Marvel Comics, and so are Loa. So as soon as Shango shows up, either in his own film or like in some other kind of fashion, everybody's going to want to know who Shango is, and everybody's going to want to have a statue for Shango in their house. I'm so happy for you. That sounds so great. Okay, Jackie, are you ready? I've got Jackie, I've got Crystal, and I've got Alexis, and I'm going to read you guys right now. So let's start with Jackie. All I got to do is do a flip through my oracle card real quick, and then I'm going to giving you that Asmir. For those of you who like listening to me shuffle cards. Alafia. Oh, Jackie Yeye Designs. Okay, Jackie, I'm starting your time, honey. Starting your time. Let's see what the spirit world has to say to you today. Well, the first two cards are good. All right. So there's a lot of positive messages coming through, but there are also a couple of warning signs coming through for you. Hi. So let me give you some of those good messages first. The first great message that you pulled is the Ten of Cups. Okay. The Ten of Cups says that your spirit guides, those spirits are going, don't ask me any questions. If you're not Jackie Yeye Designs, I'm not reading you. This is not a reading for everybody, so don't ask me questions, okay? People, keep these people in line. Jackie, this 10 of Cups means that your spiritual team, your spirit crew, your spirit guides love you very much, and that they're trying to bring you an abundance of positive energy into your life, okay? And I mean a lot of positive energy. The first card you pulled was the Ace of Cups. And you also pulled the Ace of Cups again. So you know I use 2 decks of tarot cards. So whenever somebody pulls the same card twice, that's usually significant. And the Ace of Cups represents love. It represents abundance, and it represents the fulfillment emotionally, spiritually, and sexually, erotically. So it has a lot to do with love, passion. It has a lot to do with satisfaction, and it has a lot to do with emotional stability, which is really, really beautiful. Your spirits are trying to bring you stability, okay, in life. Your spirits also are speaking to you through the Star card. And the Star card says that whoever it is that is your guardian angel is in alignment with you. And all the other spirits of the dead that are around you are in alignment with you, okay? So this is a really, really beautiful card. Jesus Christ. Okay. Moving on. Let's talk about some of the stuff that's coming through that's not so great. First and foremost, most importantly, Spirit is saying that there is someone in your life that's not being honest with you. Okay. So you pulled the 7 of Swords. And whenever somebody pulls the 7 of Swords, it's talking about deceit. It's talking about unfaithfulness. Or it's talking about that someone is withholding information from you, information that could be damaging to you or information that could help you in life. So my question for you, Jackie, is are you having an issue with someone, or do you feel suspicious about someone's behavior? Are you feeling suspicious that someone is not being honest with you? When I'm done with the reading, I'll tell you, Natalie. Okay. So here's the thing, Jackie. What you need to do is you need to create healthy boundaries between you. This is when you start feeling like things are going sideways, because there's another card you pulled over here. Where is it? The 2 of Pentacles. You pulled the 2 of Pentacles, okay? And what the 2 of Pentacles talks about is it talks about balance. It talks about maintaining balance. Balance between the spiritual and the mundane world. And if you have a situation where you're feeling that you can't trust someone, the best thing for you to do is double down on your boundaries. The problem with spiritual people tend to be really codependent, okay? And it's because spiritual people are more sensitive. They love animals more, they love nature more, they generally care for people more if you're spiritual. But that can be detrimental to you if you don't have healthy boundaries. So what I'm gonna recommend from a spiritual point of view is that you need to double down on your boundaries with everyone around you. I don't know why I'm feeling like it's a business related thing or a work related thing. I got like a coworker. Like when I laid it down, something told me that it was somebody that you interact with at work. Is that who it is that you're thinking? Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks, Jackie. Currently unemployed. All right. So here's the thing. Be cautious. Okay. Be careful. Just pay attention. Maybe that card might confirm something for you, that you're feeling some kind of way and that your feeling is correct. So just pay attention. You're also due for a new spiritual awakening. Okay. You pulled the Tower card, and I know you said that you were super nervous before getting the reading. And you're going to be like, that's the worst possible card you could pull for me right now, right? But you pulled the Tower card, my garlic card. And it says that you're due for another spiritual awakening. Let me explain to you what that means. Everyone's first spiritual awakening is jolting. When you have your first spiritual awakening, it's life altering, it's life changing. And most of the time, it's really negative. It's usually, people don't grow from positive experiences. Usually people grow from problems. You see what I'm saying? After you have your first spiritual awakening, what's going to happen is you're going to have progressive spiritual awakenings. Okay, so the first spiritual awakening is always the one that hits you in the face. It's the one that makes you wake up and say, why am I working at this job when I hate it? Why am I sticking around with this guy when he treats me like shit and we haven't fucked each other in 10 years? Why am I allowing my mother-in-law to run me over and treat me like a dog? You see what I'm saying? So like, when people first wake up spiritually, they realize there's something so much more to the universe than just their mundane life. But then along the way, there's going to be these little empowerments or boosts that your spirits are going to bring to you. And you pull the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, this card is the only card that I use to represent when your spiritual team or when your spirits are going to be bringing you a message. I need you to really, really, really pay attention to your dreams. If you're not paying attention to your dreams or you haven't been paying attention to your dreams, now is the time to get the dream journal. Now is the time to do divination for yourself. You said you're still going through your spiritual awakening right now. You pulled the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups talks about like depression, or it talks about sadness, or it talks about grief, or it talks about loneliness. It talks about those negative feelings that come around either from loneliness or from grief. So you said you're still in the middle of your spiritual awakening. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, what are you dealing with? I'm just asking now because those were the big messages that were coming out at the beginning, but I need you to give me some context. You said you wanted a reading. Was there something? Okay, home issues. These are home-related issues. Okay. Do you feel safe? Are you safe? Is anyone beating you or abusing you? Like, is your husband treating you poorly? Because if the person you're with is raising any kind of hand to you, you have to end the relationship. Period. If there's any kind of physical violence or physical threats that are going on in any relationship, it has to end. And you need to immediately be making plans as to how to get the hell out of there. How long has the relationship been going on? I just always have to say that because I'm concerned about people's well-being, and I just put that out there. And I put that out there to you, but I put that out there to everyone. If somebody is hitting you, they don't love you. and you need to get the hell out of there. Almost 21 years. Is this a 21-year long distance relationship? Have you been long distance for 21 years, or is the distance something new? You've had a distant relationship for You've been in a long distance relationship for 21 years? 21 years? Holy hell. Okay, why? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but why? Is he not willing to move in with you, or does he not want you to move in with him? Or her? Or they? Or they? Z? Z or they? They or fur? She. We prefer our own space. Okay. Was that the agreement in the beginning of the relationship that, hey, I like being alone, you like being alone, we're going to keep ourselves? So what's the rocky part? Like, what's going on? Like, where's the rockiness coming in? Do you feel like she's talking to somebody else? Okay, so you're feeling unstable yourself. Or you're not happy. If you're not happy, just go ahead and say so. I'm not happy. It'll make you feel better. So let me ask you a question, Jackie. What is the solution? What is the solution? What is your solution? What will fix what's going on with you? Sorry, everybody. I'm very congested today. I'm going to keep telling you some of the things that are coming out in your reading. You pulled the Three of Pentacles, and the Three of Pentacles primarily has to do with learning how to do a new skill, learning something new, getting a certification, or going back to school, or having some other kind of education, or getting some kind of education that's going to help you with your work or help you make money. That's a skill set that you need to be able to make money. You have 3 grandfatherly spirits that are around you right now. And I say grandfatherly because they might not be your grandfathers, but they're men in your family line. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? I pulled an oracle card for you, and the Earthcraft Oracle. And the Earthcraft Oracle card that came up was Abundance, which is, this card is one of my favorite cards. It's just so beautiful. You pull the card of abundance, okay? You need to dream abundantly. You need to dream in abundance. Dream abundantly. You need to wake up in the morning and have a wealthy mentality. And what do I mean by wealthy? Your wealth is not determined by how many dollars you have in your bank account. Your wealth is determined by how you feel about yourself, how you carry yourself, your dignity. It comes along with having pride in yourself. It comes along with loving yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, wake up and have the attitude that you are a wealthy person, you're a successful person, and you welcome abundance into your life. Okay, so even though your situation might not be great right now, okay, even though it might not be great, you have to go ahead and reprogram your brain. You've got to reprogram your mind. You have to fix this, okay, and change the way you think. Matter of fact, more than anything else, what you need to change is any negative self-talk. Negative self-talk. If you're having this is for you, baby doll, but this applies to a lot of situations with a lot of different people. You have to change how you feel about yourself and the way you are thinking about your situation to move forward. Does that make sense? So if you have negative thoughts coming up frequently, you have to change those negative thoughts, or you have to tell yourself, no, we're not going to have that discussion today. No, we're not going to go down that road today. I have a tendency to go negative. My grandfather had this thing wrong with him. My mother had this thing wrong with them, and I have the same thing wrong with me. And it runs in my family. It's like this. I can't explain it. It's a mental thing. It's like a mental problem. And the mental problem that I have tends to make me want to go angry and violent or go off in a negative direction. And if I don't actively tell myself, no, we're not going to go down that road today. No, we're not going to be angry today. No, we're not going to choose violence today. No, we're not going to get into fights with anybody. It will happen. That's something I have to actively do every single day, is change the way I'm interfacing with the world. And you need to do the same thing. Your situation might not change immediately, but you're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to feel better about your life. You see what I'm saying? You have to change the way you feel about yourself. And literally, you have to recognize that negative thought process as soon as it comes up. As soon as it comes up, you have to acknowledge it, that it's there and that you're going to get rid of it. Let me give you another message. You need to get more sunlight. You need to get more sunlight. You need to be out in the sun. Okay, you pulled the sun card. I think that really has to do with you getting more vitamin D, and you need to get outside, and you need to get away. If you have a car and you've got gas in it, drive somewhere so that you can be out in nature. So that you can be out in nature and you can separate yourself from any kind of toxic environment. Okay. I don't really have anything to say about your relationship because your relationship didn't come up in the reading. But the person that was like not being honest with you was that your partner? And our time is up, sweetheart. All right. Well, you know what? Just pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on in your life and be positive. Don't be negative. Don't start going negative unless you have a real reason to go negative, and just start looking for another place to live. Okay. Yeah, but she says she's got fumes in her house. All right, everybody. So that was Jackie. Thank you, Jackie, for getting a reading today. Next, I have Crystal. And then I have Alexis. And then I have Natalie. And then I have somebody else sent me money. Jackie, you want me to read you today? I will totally read you. I will 100% read you. I'm not taking any more readings, everybody. Okay? This is as many people as I can handle today. Let me put you down here. Natalie, it was Natalie and Jackie. All right. Be truthful. Me be truthful? Or somebody else be truthful? I can't tell a lie. I have an inability to lie. Natalie, yeah. I have an inability to lie. I can't do the lying thing. And I can't stand liars. Cannot stand liars. Great, Toxica. That's great. Hold on. I got to throw more coffee into my cup. I'm not going anywhere. I just need to throw coffee into my cup. Natalie, you're on my list. You're on my list. You paid me, right? That was you. I mentioned a candle page to check out. Candles? That's great, Lauren. Candles? What did I say about candles? Hold on, Crystal. I'm going to read you now. Okay, you're next. Don't tell me anything. Let me lay down the cards first. Don't get all upset. More than likely, this is something that you need to change your perception on. My Aunt Aoife was on my live. You can go to my YouTube channel and you can go to my playlist. That's my live readings and chats. And you can go back and watch the replay of my Ianifa and me talking about whatever it is we were talking about last night. All right, Justin, that's enough. We're not going to go down that road today. Thank you. You said nice things. That's enough. I appreciate the support, but that's enough. All right, Crystal, I'm shuffling up your cards. If you're on this app long enough, you'll meet your double, June. That's so funny. It's like, hey, my name's Ryan. My name's Ryan too. You don't meet a lot of Ryans. Or at least I haven't met a lot of Ryans. I mean, most of my life I went by Philip. But I don't like the name Philip. I don't like the name Philip. I never liked being called Philip. I mean, it doesn't bother me. People call me Philip or Ryan, but I prefer to be called Ryan. And I started wanting to be called Ryan after I got sober. I got sober in 2016. Hey, Jax. I got sober in 2016, and after I got sober, I changed. For the better, of course. And whenever I see videos of myself from back when I was actively drinking, I don't recognize myself. And I don't like myself very much either when I see and think about all the fuck shit I used to do. So the reason why I like being called Ryan is because it's like, you know, it's like I feel like I want to identify with a different aspect of myself. And I feel like Ryan is the part of myself that I want to attach to. I have to get rid of Justin. I don't know what's wrong with him. That person, I think, is mentally ill. Last time they came into my live, they just sat there and wrote one praise after another on me. And I was like, okay, I can't. You need to be quiet. And now this whole, my name is Jack, my name is, they don't seem like a bad person, but I can't handle mental illness in my room today. I just can't. I can't deal with it. I cannot deal with it. Ryan means little prince. Uh, Hi. This is just a brief reminder. This is just a brief reminder that I read birth charts. If anybody hasn't had their birth chart read, you absolutely should. The reason why you should and why you should get your birth chart read by me is because I do sidereal astrology. I do Eastern astrology. And with that particular kind of astrology, which is also known as Vedic astrology or Jyotish, your birth chart can tell you about your past life, okay, why you were here. It can tell you about why you incarnated in this life. Your birth chart can tell you about your soul planet, okay? Once you find out what your soul planet is and you see what house and what sign your soul planet is in, it tells you about the reoccurring themes that are going to show up in your life over and over and over again. My chart is very, very detailed. I spell everything out. If you want to get a birth chart read from me, you can go to my TikTok profile and click on my link tree and click on get your birth chart read. Okay. Jan, you're fine. You're not disruptive. I just can't handle disruptive energy. Can't deal with disruptive energy. So, Super Divi, you pay $65 for the reading to be done, and and I do the chart for you. I need your birth date, your birth time, and your location of birth, and then I have to calculate your chart for you through my software, and then I have to sit and I have to do the analysis, and then I email it to you. So no, it's not a live reading. It's something that you will receive in a PDF form and a Word document form that you'll have forever, that you can always go back and read and reference. And my birth charts are extremely exhaustive in explaining what it is that you're looking at. I'm very proud of it. It's worth it. Let me just put it this way. It's worth it. I haven't done anyone's birth chart yet that didn't come back and say, wow, I'm really glad you did that for me. It's worth it. It's like getting your DNA test done. It's like getting your ancestry DNA test done. You only need to do it once. And then when you get it, you use it as a reference. You can always go back and use it as a reference. That's awesome. Does it have the numbered gates in it? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. Numbered gates. I do Hindu astrology. We don't use the terminology numbered gates, so I don't know what you mean. Do you mean like the cusps? I don't do human design anything. Okay, Crystal. Is it Crystal? Yes, Crystal. Crystal, let's go ahead and look into what's going on with you. I did Jackie. I'm doing Crystal now. Then I've got Alexis, Natalie, and Jackie. Okay, here we go, honey. Like when everybody was talking about Lionsgate, I have absolutely no idea what they were talking about when they were talking about Lionsgate. I know they were talking about Leo, but I had no idea what that meant. And it seemed like a trend. Okay, Crystal, they're giving me a lot of messages here, and the cards are reflecting your distress that you said that you were having. Yeah, I don't do human design. My Ianifa does, but I don't. All right, Crystal, here's what's going on with you. The first thing I'm going to encourage you to do is you have an ancestor altar, right? You've already set up like an ancestor shrine for your people, for your dead. I'm pretty sure that you have. I'm just asking. Okay. I want you to go tend to your ancestors. I want you to refresh their glass of water, light their candle, put out an offering, put out some fruit, maybe put out an apple or an orange, or put out a sweet cake. Talk to them. I want you to sit in front of your ancestor shrine and I want you to talk to them. And I want you to call on your loving and benevolent, highly elevated ancestral spirits to come down and to try to clear any kind of negative energy that you have around you in your life, and also come to you in your dreams and give you direction about what you need to do in order to move forward, okay? You pull the 3 of Swords, you pull the 2 of Swords, you pull the Tower card, you pull the 5 of Pentacles, you pull the 3 of Swords twice. Okay? 3 of Swords, emotional pain, trauma, PTSD, grief, sadness, depression. Okay? Whenever I pull the same card from both decks, it's usually significant. Because that talks about heartbreak. It talks about suffering. And the 2 of Swords over here that I pull, this card always means that you're unbalanced, you're imbalanced. You're not balanced. So, you said that you're having issues. I want to break down for you what the cards are talking about in situations and how we can try to find a resolution for that, okay? So the first place you need to go to is you need to sit down in front of your ancestor altar and say a prayer to God, and say a prayer to your highly elevated ancestors and your spirit guides, and talk to them and tell them exactly what's going on in your life, and ask them to help you. But look, I'm going to go ahead and tell you something, okay? If you don't act in harmony with the prayers that you say, nothing's going to happen. Or if you ask for guidance and help and they give it to you, they show it to you, and you reject it, there's also nothing they can do. Because the spiritual world and the material world go hand in hand with one another. So you come to the spiritual world and you say, I need a solution. And the spiritual world steps forward and says, okay, we'll give you a solution. But then when they give you the solution, you have to act. You have to do. Dreams are coming through, very, very important. You pull the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords talks about rest. You need to rest. You need to get more rest. And that doesn't mean just sleeping. It means you need to decompress. It can mean that you need a little vacation, or it means that you need time alone, or you need to basically turn the dial off in your brain so it shuts down, so that you can have rest, peace of mind. Okay? You also pulled the Moon card. And the Moon card talks about psychic dreaming. It talks about prophetic dreaming. It talks about lucid dreaming and anything that has to do with dreams. That's what my Moon card represents. So you can now elaborate a little bit more about how you feel if you want to. But I can keep going down. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what the other cards are coming through. The only other card that's coming through that's really super important as a message is your finances. Okay? You pull the 10 of Wands, which says that you need to put your nose to the grindstone and work. And the other one says that financial issues, okay? So you need to pay attention to your finances. You don't need to spend money on anything. You need to save your money. Even if you have $1 million in your bank account right now, you need to not spend it, because there can be something coming up within the next month or 2 months that's going to require you to cough up some money. And the Spirit is talking about work. So give me some feedback, okay? So these are those are a lot of really, really heavy messages. So I need to try to find out a little bit about why that level of fuck shit is coming through in your reading. Okay, if it's it's accurate. So what are you going to do about it? What's your plan? Like, what's going on with your work? Are you broke? Like, what do you do for work? Can you pick up extra shifts? Like, how are you going to fix your financial situation? Because getting me to sit here and just confirm for you something that you already know isn't enough. We need to find a solution. Well, that's a lot of stuff going on. So where did you move to? Did you move back in with family? And I guess my question for you is, are you safe? I mean, are you and your daughter safe? Which is the most important question right now. Was your husband the father of your daughter? Or was that like somebody else? Excuse me. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, Lunar. I'm doing a reading right now. But yeah, I'll do one for you. Okay. So we need to examine this situation here. So at what point, I just have to ask these questions, and if you don't like the questions I'm asking you, I understand. When did the warning signs start going off that you needed to get the hell out of that relationship? Because shit doesn't happen in a vacuum. Nothing happens in a bubble. There was a part of you internally that knew something was wrong. So I'm asking you, where was the warning signs that went off that you missed? Because, like I said before, nothing just happens. I mean, you might be walking down the street and a piano falls on your head, and that happens out of nowhere. But I'm saying, like, situations like what we're talking about in the family and in the in your relationship, like what you need to do, you need to do that. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. How old is your daughter? He was cheating on you? Was he cheating on you? Or were you cheating on him? You said infidelity, but I don't understand what that means. He was either cheating on you or you were cheating on him, or both of you were just... Okay, how long was he doing that? How long was he cheating on other women in your relationship? Okay. So this is a problem that we need to fix in you, because as soon as you found out that the guy was cheating on you, it should have been over if you weren't happy. How long were you not happy in the relationship? Okay. So as soon as you found that information out, why didn't you leave? Like, why did you stick around for that? Because if you would have left, your daughter wouldn't have gotten sexually assaulted. So, I mean, what I'm saying, I'm not blaming you for that. I'm not blaming you for that. But I'm saying something negative happened and you didn't listen to your intuition. You didn't take action and the situation got worse. Yeah, so that's your mistake. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. Women who are, listen to me, women. This is for all the women. Yes, it's a failure on women's behalf. That's a failure. Never stay in a relationship with anyone because of your fucking kids. Ever. Ever. You're not helping your children by staying in an abusive relationship in a relationship where someone is beating you, in a relationship where someone is cheating on you, in a relationship where someone is talking down to you and calling your names, or someone who is a drunk, an alcoholic, or a drug addict, you're not doing anything for your kids when you stick around in that kind of relationship. You are doing a disservice to your children if you stay in a relationship that's dysfunctional. You're harming your son staying in the relationship, not by showing that you're a strong woman, that you're going to take control of your life and you're going to leave. Because if your son sits around and watches you being miserable and his father or whoever is the father figure in your family acting like an ass, you're teaching your son that it's okay for women to be treated that way. You're teaching your son that it's okay for men to treat women that way. So what I'm saying is that, I'm sorry that all of these things happened to you, but what you need to do now is you need to sit down and you need to seriously do some shadow work and seriously journal. Because you need to ask yourself where you lied to yourself and you were deceptive towards your own self. If he was cheating on you for 13 years, it's really difficult for me to believe that you wouldn't have had some kind of thought in the back of your mind, in the back of your head, or that you wouldn't have felt it in your gut if you thought that this guy was being faithful to you, but he cheated on you for 13 years. Like, where were you for 13 years? Where were you for 13 years? Because it's really difficult for me to believe that he cheated on you for an entire decade and you didn't suspect that. You need to do shadow work. You need to get therapy. You need a psychiatrist and you need a therapist. You also need to sit down with a journal and you need to write down, where did I fuck up and where did I go wrong with myself? Yeah. You need to ask yourself why you didn't love yourself enough to leave. That's the real question. That's the question that we need to find out. That's a question that needs to be answered. Because, now your life is in peril and people's lives have been damaged. So what you really need to ask yourself is, how did I fail my kids? That's the question that you need to ask. So when I say, if anybody's listening to me and they think I'm coming across harsh, I'm saying what I'm saying to her out of love. Because it could be very, very well that Crystal doesn't know how to handle her life. And she needs to figure out how to handle her life. And it's very well that someone like her can turn around and get into another relationship exactly like it. You pulled the Lover's card. The Lover's card says that you're an empath. It also, if you're an empath, you're usually codependent. But it sounds like codependency is a serious problem that you have that you need to resolve in you. I see you, Enchanted Forest. How you doing? Hold on. Let me get myself together real quick. Let me go ahead and tell you what the Spirit is saying. Oh, you need to do it now. You need to get on that shit now. Like, as soon as I finish doing this reading, you need to turn off TikTok and go get a book and journal about this now. Because if your husband cheated on you for 13 years and you were oblivious to it, you got a lot of problems that you need to start fixing right now, not with other people, with you. And if you found out this person was cheating and it ended up that one of your children got hurt and you were sticking around for your kids, you got a lot of problems in here that need to get fixed. And no one's going to fix that but you. So the other day, I picked up a card in my African Oracle. And I'm going to tell you exactly what my African Oracle card said to me. A chaotic life is the result of chaotic choices. So the question that you really need to ask yourself is, why have you made the choices that you've made? Hey, Smug Cat. Those are the questions that you really need to ask yourself. Why did I make the choices I made? And how am I going to prevent bad things like this happening to me in the future? The only other thing I'd have to say is, are you an alcoholic? Do you drink or do you use drugs? Because people who are alcoholics and people who use drugs are always people that are finding themselves in situations with people. Okay, being sober is good. I understand, Crystal. I went through a 20-year period of deconstructing the trauma that I experienced in Christianity. 20 years it took me to break down those walls that were holding me back from living my best life. So I understand. All right, let me give you a couple of messages here. The first thing is you need a spiritual bath, and so does everyone in your family. Your son, your daughter, and you need to take spiritual baths. There's spiritual baths that you need to take. Like I said, you need to go to your ancestors and you need to talk to them, and you need to do that ancestor work, okay? The next thing that's coming through is you need to be patient, okay? The Spirit is saying that you need to be patient. The Nine of Cups for you. The Nine of Cups says that you need to be paying attention to yourself. You need to be worrying about yourself. You need to be selfish right now and really focus on you. And you pull the Wheel of Fortune card, which talks about a lot of chaotic energy in your life right now. What you need more than anything right now, Crystal Marie, is you need to sit down and you need to journal. You need to get your thoughts together. Because until you get your thoughts together, it's going to be very difficult for you to wake up and face the world and keep moving forward. We need to get your thoughts together. And your time is up. And so that's the end. That's the only thing I can say to you right now. The best thing I can tell you to do right now is to get a therapist, to get a psychiatrist, not only for you, but everyone in your family, for your daughter and for your son, and do some shadow work and reflection and asking yourself, how can I prevent anything else? How about this? How can I stop and prevent anything else bad from happening right now? What can I do to shut down and stop these spirits of misfortune from coming after me? You got to figure out what you're doing right now, and you need to be very present of mind, and you need to practice mindfulness. You need to practice mindfulness so that when you wake up in the morning, you sit down and the first thing you do is collect your thoughts. Okay? And that's the best advice I can give you right now. And if you need more help, then you need to book a private reading with me, because it sounds like you need a lot of help. And I would be willing to talk to you and help you and try to help create solutions for you or a program for you to try to work through this. But you need to just, right now, you need to journal, okay? Much love to you. I'm sorry to hear that everything is going so poorly for you. I really am. Okay. So if anybody is sitting there with their mouth open because of what I said to that woman, I need women to understand something. Women, don't stick around in a relationship for your motherfucking kids, period. You're more important than your children are when it comes to making sure that you're safe and your family is safe. And let me remind everyone, you don't need any other reason to walk away from a relationship other than I'm not happy. That person doesn't have to cheat on you. You don't have to cheat on them. They don't have to raise their hand. Things don't have to go wrong. The only reason you need to walk away from a relationship is knowing that you're deeply unhappy and something is not being fulfilled in you. Well, people would say that I was cold, callous, unfeeling, that people would say that I am a hard ass or I'm being too harsh on somebody. Why would you say something harsh like that to somebody who's going through a hard time? It's because our choices do this to us. Our choices, we make choices. We make choices, and the choices we make affect us. That's karma. I push a button, something on the other end gets started in the universe, and this stuff generates and accumulates over time. Thank you. I'm glad that you're not offended by this reading, because you could very well be offended. You very, very well could be offended. You could totally be offended. You could be like, fuck you, asshole. You didn't live my life for 13 years. You weren't in the middle of it. You weren't the person having a child. You weren't raising a child. You know, I get it. I understand. I understand. But don't forget, everyone, that you're choosing your experience every day. You're choosing your experience every day. You're actively creating with the Creator your experiences every day. Do you understand? That you're not doing this alone. You're a co-creator of your life with the divinity. Alexis, where are you? I've got Alexis, I've got Natalie, I've got Jackie. And Amazon thinks I'm talking to her. Okay, honey. I'm going to call you Al, okay? Because every time I say your name, Miss Amazon over here thinks I'm talking to her. Just call me Al. I'm going to call you Al. I'm going to shuffle up your cards. Here's the thing about me. I don't bullshit around. I don't beat around the bush. I don't beat around the bush when it comes to messages. If you don't want to hear what I have to say, don't get a reading. A lot of people don't want to get readings from me on live because they know that I will say whatever comes out in the cards. And if you don't want to be embarrassed, then you don't get a live reading from me. You book a private reading. Because if you've been following me long enough, you know that I'm going to say whatever I have to say out of honesty. I have nothing but love for you. I wish that I could wave a magic wand like Harry Potter and make everyone's lives better. Thank you, sweetheart. My live readings are $20 for 20 minutes. Now, somebody said that they wanted a reading. Who said they wanted a reading? Somebody came in here and said they wanted a reading. Tanya, you want a reading? Okay. So I'm in a mood and I will, now I'm getting all revved up. Now I'm in work mode. Crystal put me in work mode. So if anybody else wants a reading, okay, I've got Natalie to do. I've got Al, I've got Natalie and Jackie, and I'll take 2 more. Tanya, you want a reading? I'll take you. And there was somebody else who wanted a reading. It's $20 for 20 minutes. And somebody put Brujo Ryan in the comments. 1 word for her. If she's got Cash App or Venmo, I'll take her. I'm like in work mode. I'm like, my spirits are like, let's go to work. Thanks, Crystal. My spirits are like, let's go to work. I know, right? Did I pull in her grandfather's protective energy? I think I did. Yeah, Crystal. Much love to you. Absolutely. Go do your thing, Chicken Wing. Clean up that mess. There's only one person that can clean it up, and that's you. Go for it. Who is that, Lou? Hi. Hey, Kat. Good to see you. Hey, Robin. I've been just fine. I've been just fine. I am fine, fine, fine. I'm living my best life over here. Like, living my best life. I got nothing to complain about. I got nothing to complain about today. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to my ancestors. I'm grateful to my spirits. I'm grateful to Oshun. Because Oshun turns my Oshun is everything to me. And Oshun is definitely guiding me right now. Feels good to be free, right, Robin? Feels good to be free. Freedom. Freedom. Free your mind. I was a very, very sweet and docile child. I was a very sweet and docile child. I never cried when I was a baby. I never made messes. I never caused my family any grief. I was loving. I was helpful. Hey, Jess. I was loving. I was helpful. I did everything for everyone. I was very giving. But something happened. Something happened when I was 14. Something happened when I was 14. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, I was not going to allow people to treat me like shit anymore. Something's clicked in me. A switch went off. And all of a sudden, I had a zero tolerance for bullshit. And I toughened up. I toughened up. Oh, my boundaries came down, and they came down like a brick wall. I've got amazing boundaries, actually. My boundaries are amazing. I live a more solitary and isolated life because I do have boundaries. I do things for free, yes, but I mean, no, I'm not going to do readings for free. Absolutely not. If you need a reading, you can pay $20 for 20 minutes on a live, or you can book me for a reading face-to-face. But I will not shuffle a card for anyone for free. Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you why I don't work for free. You guys want to know the real reason why I refuse to work for free? For one thing, I'm a sex worker, and I've been doing that for 16 years. And one of the things by being in an industry like that is it really, really teaches you how to set boundaries between you and other human beings, okay? Especially if you're working in that realm. But I'm going to tell you the other reason why I do not do things for free, okay? If you come to me and you say, Ryan, I need your help, and you say, I'm having a problem, and if I don't get this problem resolved, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. And so I say, okay, and I do divination for you, and we find out the reason, and we find out a solution, and you go out into the world and you fix your problem, and your life gets better. Your solution is solved, and all of a sudden your life is like 100 times better because you got my advice. You owe me. You have incurred a karmic debt with me. And at some point in time in the future, you are going to have to pay me back that karmic debt. I'm not trying to incur karmic debts with people. I don't want anybody to owe me anything, and I don't want to owe anybody anything. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's a big problem. When you're walking around doing shit for free, you also don't value yourself. I have no problem with people asking me if I do things for free, but I have a problem with people that get mad or angry when I say that I don't. Of course, Brandy. I recommend, if you're a spiritual worker, even if somebody's got nothing to bring you but a six-pack of beer, or even if somebody has nothing to give you except like cupcakes and food, or feed you in some kind of way, or I say, you know what? Just bring me a bottle of rum for my spirits. You know, there's got to be some kind of payment there, because guess what? The spiritual world doesn't work for free either. And anybody that thinks that they do is a little delusional, because there always has to be an exchange of energy. There's always an energy exchange. And for some reason, people don't understand that. And then people who are constantly doing shit for free all the time. I'm so tired. I feel so weak. Why do I feel so burned out? I feel like someone gave me the evil eye. I think somebody cast magic against me. And they're walking around like massive victims. The same people that give shit away for free walk around looking haggard and tired like victims. Okay? And the people that refuse to pay for readings, and the people that refuse to pay for spiritual work, the same people that will ask you to do shit for free are the same people, or complain about, the same people that will complain about you charging for your services are the same people that will go to Victoria's Secret the next day and buy a fucking string to go up their rear end that costs like $80. Same people. Same people that want to complain about paying spiritual workers to do work will go out and blow all that money on something else, on a fucking thong. Or their nails. Get the fuck out of here. See, the old brujo is coming out. The old brujo is starting to come out. I gotta put him back in the cage. Yeah, well, you need to stop giving shit away for free. No more, no longer. Because asking somebody, okay, how about this? If I was broke and poor and I wanted to incur a karmic debt that I was willing to pay at some future time, I could go to someone and be like, look, I don't have the money right now. I will pay you at some point in time when I get money, but can you please shuffle cards for me and tell me what's going on with my life because I'm in trouble? Okay, that person gives me a reading. I know that at some point in time in the future, I'm going to have to pay that back. Where are you located, Forest Healing? You can always hit me up. Not for a reading, but for the chat. My number's online. Shit, that fucking raccoon found my number. So if raccoon could find my number, so could you. I love it when people come into my live. Don't say hello. Don't say, how are you? Don't say, are you charging any money for readings? And just ask me a question like, am I going to break up with my partner? Man, TikTok is some crazy shit, I'm telling you. No, I mean, but here's the thing. If I went into somebody's room, I would be like, hi, howdy, how you doing today? Are you doing readings? Are they free or are they paid? Like that would be like a normal, sane person, rational adult's way of approaching a live. Oh man, but you know what? Here's the problem with TikTok. People will actually, there are people that are interacting with these people that are allowing that. Okay, there are people that are allowing that kind of behavior. And because they're allowing that kind of behavior, then those cocksuckers come into my room and then there you go. If I get kicked off my live for any reason at all here on TikTok, go to my YouTube channel. If something happens and TikTok decides that it's going to cut my live off, then I need everybody to understand I move myself to my YouTube channel immediately. Okay? Hi. Okay. Al, you're almost there. I know. I'm sorry. Where's my... Okay. We're almost there. Thanks, Crystal. Yay. I'm so excited. Yay. I'll see you tomorrow, Jessica. Tomorrow, I'm going to go down to the river and I'm going to take offerings to Oshun. Tomorrow is going to be the first time I ever throw an Oshun festival in Massachusetts. It's going to be a thing. We're going to start the Oshun Festival, Massachusetts, here in the Pioneer Valley. But tomorrow, me and my friends are going down to give Oshun praise, songs, oranges. Yeah, it's going to be nice. You can call me out, you can call me out. I'm located in Western Massachusetts, close to Springfield, Massachusetts. In between Connecticut and Vermont, and right beside New York. I'm in a wonderful location. I could jump in my car and be in New York City, in Manhattan, in like 3 hours. Mm-hmm. You're in Springfield. I do not have godchildren because I'm not a priest, but one day I will have a house, and when I do, you're welcome to join. I do have a mentorship program. My mentorship program is me experimenting with being a spiritual guide for people, which is preparing me for one day having a house. I love the way my Ianifa runs her house. She has a spiritual mentorship program, and if you're going to go through the initiation process with her, you have to go through her program. Because I ain't initiating anyone, she ain't initiating anyone without people who are spiritually aware and open. So if you're interested in working with me in that way, I have a program. I just posted stuff today in the program. She's an Ianifa. She's a priestess of Orula. She cast Ifa with the Opwele and the Akin. I'm in Nigerian Ifa. I'm not in Lukumi. So if you would like, to contact me, well, actually, if you want to know who my Ianifa is, hey, Crystal, can you put in Naya's username? Can you put in Naya's username in the comments? Anybody who wants to get a reading in Ifa can go to my priestess, Naya. Blessed and bespoken. Naya Shalom. There you go. All right, Al. All right, Al, are you ready for your reading? I'm starting your time. And let's see what the Spirit has to say. Let's see what the Spirit has to say for you. Okay. Today I'm using 3. I always use 2 packs of tarot cards because my spirits told me that I had to use 2 packs when I read. And I use a pack of oracle cards also, just as supplemental, to find out what's going on. There's messages coming through for you, Al, talking about like being sad or depressed or having some other kinds of issues that are like making you feel sad. Do you feel sad? Because you pulled the 5 of Cups and you pulled the 5 of Cups twice. I just need to know whether or not. Have you been dealing with like up and down emotions? Dealing with any kind of sadness or low-key depression? You're not sure why. Okay, that's interesting. Do you take medication? Are you on medication? Do you have a psychiatrist? Do you have a therapist? Because it could be a chemical thing going on with you. Hey there. So I need everybody to remember that mental and behavioral health problems are real. And just because you're experiencing anxiety or depression or something like that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you or that you're broken. It could be a biological thing. All right, so this is what I'm going to recommend. Alexis, there she goes. Al, talk to your therapist, talk to your psychiatrist, check in with them, And if you don't feel better, how long you've been taking the medicine? How long have you been back on it? Like at least 2 weeks? Okay. If you don't feel better by next week, you need to schedule an appointment and you need to go back, because the medication should be making you feel better. If you're taking medication and the medication has not shown, it hasn't shown you any significant change, then you need to go back. It means the dosage might not be correct, and you might need more. Or it might mean that that particular drug isn't doing what it needs to do in order to correct or help with what you're experiencing. I don't know why the spirit, one of my spirits keeps saying in the back of my mind, childhood trauma, or like inner child healing, inner child work. Did you have a rough childhood? But that 5 of Cups came for you twice. And so I was like, that's interesting. I mean, do you feel like were you neglected as a child? Because that shit that happens to you in your childhood, that shit sticks, and it sticks around your entire life. Chaotic and loud, but not abusive. Did you grow up around people that use drugs or alcohol? Like, was your mom or your dad an alcoholic? Because chaotic and loud can also be neglectful. And neglectful doesn't necessarily mean abuse. There's a difference between neglect and abuse. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Are you, okay, you're in recovery? Okay. So here's the thing. In a perfect world, your mother and your father play a crucial role in your development as a human being. The primary role of the father has always been to protect, and the primary role of the mother has been to nurture. Now, I'm not saying that 2 men or 2 women that have a child can't do the same thing. I'm not talking about you have to be 1 man, 1 woman. That's not what I meant. I'm not talking about sexual orientation. I'm not even talking about gender. I'm saying in a child's life, your parents play a role in keeping you safe and making you feel loved. And if your parents did not keep you safe, and if your parents did not do their job in making you feel loved, then they deprived you of certain fundamental needs as a human being that you didn't get, which can cause lifelong traumatizing situations where you are not able to function in relationships with other people, or you might be dealing with some low-key depression. Right. I totally understand that. I totally get it. That's what I call like absentee parenting. All right, so let's keep going with that. I don't want to harp on that, because your spirit guides love you very, 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 very much. You pull the 10 of Cups. And whenever somebody pulls the 10 of Cups, it means that your spiritual team is helping you a lot. You also pulled the Temperance card, and the Temperance card talks about your guardian spirit, your guardian angel. And that your spirit, your primary spirit guide or your primary guardian spirit is very, very close to you, okay? Walking very close to you. You pulled the 2 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups talks about a romantic relationship. I don't know if you're in a relationship right now or if you want to be in a relationship, but that particular card talks about a happy, healthy relationship with a partner. So I don't know if you're in a relationship and if you're happy or not with that. Spirit is talking about financial issues. You pulled the 5 of Stones. That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. I don't pull that 2 of Cups very often. The 2 of Cups is like the only card that I use to represent romantic love, like between 2 people, 2 partners. And that came for you. That hardly ever comes up. So good for you. That's a really, really good sign. That's a really good omen. So what's going on with your finances? Are you guys kind of like struggling right now? There's some other cards here that talk about like you being a wounded warrior and communication related issues. You pulled a lot of double cards, and I shuffled my deck up really, really good. You pulled some really powerful oracle cards too, which I'm going to get to. You're a burn survivor. Do you get disability? Do you work? Oh, you do work full time? Okay. So you're like hustling right now because you're nervous. So let me tell you the feeling that I'm getting from that particular card, okay? The Five of Coins shows up when someone is dealing with financial stresses and burdens, or are stressed out about their finances, or it's a warning that you need to pay attention to your finances, that you need to pay attention to what's going on with your money. So even if you had $1 million in your bank account right now, I would still tell you to not spend your money, to save your money. Does that make sense? Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Guess what? Even people who, how old are you, honey? Are you in your 30s or 40s? 46? Okay, I'm 43. Guess what I have to retire on? Nothing. Did you just buy a home? Is that what it is? Like you just like bought the home of your dreams? What you really need to focus on is paying off your home. That's the most important thing you should be worried about, paying off your home. Because the only thing that actually matters in the world pretty much is like property. Owning property is like the most important thing you can possibly put out for. You remodeled. Okay. I wouldn't be too stressed. Okay. I wouldn't be too stressed out about it. So what's wrong with your condo now? Are you not happy living in the condo? Like, why would you spend all that money to remodel if you're going to leave? Because I'm going to tell you something. By the age of 50, you really, really need to have decided where you're going to live and where you're going to stay. 50 is like the golden age where you need to like decide this is where we're going to live. This is where we're going to stay. We're not going anywhere. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're going to move again out of your condo and you're going to move into like a home or something, you 100% need to make that like the move that is going to be the place that you purchase or work on purchasing. Do you see what I'm saying? Ice baby. I'm not taking any more readings right now. No. Don't send me any money. I'm not taking any more readings. Okay, I understand. Let me keep going through these cards, okay? Because you pulled some really, really beautiful cards. You also pulled the abundance card, okay? I love this card. The abundance card talks about that you need to dream in abundance, that you need to dream about abundance. The other card you pulled, hey Ducky, the other card you pulled is called Accept Your Gifts, which I absolutely love this. Accept your gifts. So based on that card, what are the gifts that you have that you're not focusing on that we can improve on? The Nine of Cups comes your way, and the Nine of Cups talks about being selfish, like paying attention to yourself, turning your focus inward, being a little greedy for yourself, which is not wrong, which is not bad, okay? Being a little greedy sometimes is not bad. So you need to focus on yourself, and you don't need to worry, okay? There's nothing in your cards that makes me feel like you should be stressed out about anything. You see what I'm saying? You pull the World card, and you pull the World card twice. Whenever I pull the same card out of both decks, that's usually significant. What does the World card mean? The World card talks about that you're getting ready to complete a cycle in your life, and you're getting ready to start a new cycle. But the World card doesn't mean that it's over, okay? Some people interpret the World card in the tarot as being like, this is the end, it's over, move on. The World card is a signal that you're going to be transitioning into the next phase of your life. And that particular card right there, the World card, to me means that you need to tie up any loose ends. You need to tie up your loose ends. The Eight of Wands comes for you. And the Eight of Wands talks about being more vocal and expressing yourself verbally to the people who are around you about what it is that you need emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Tell the people around you what it is that you need to be happy. Don't keep it inside. Don't keep it quiet, because people can't read your fucking mind. We need to find out what your spiritual gifts are. We need to do some work to find out what your spiritual gifts are, Al. And then you probably need some time. You need some exercises to do. Once you figure out what your gifts are, then you need to figure out what exercises you can do to strengthen those gifts. Okay? Like starting with just basic plain intuition. Everybody has intuition. Everybody has intuition. Everybody does. Everybody has intuition. That's not something that people don't have. And the good thing about learning how to read tarot cards and oracle cards is you don't have to be a psychic, and you don't have to have intuition at all to be able to read these cards. That's what's beautiful about practicing divination. Learning how to practice a system of divination is giving you the answers. You don't have to be psychic or more psychic to read these cards. I can read these cards even if I didn't have any psychic abilities at all. See what I'm saying? So do you read your own tarot cards, or do you read your own oracle cards? Because having your own pack of tarot cards to shuffle and put down cards for yourself, and oracle cards for yourself to shuffle and put down for yourself, is going to help your intuition. Period. Just by picking up a pack of tarot cards or oracle cards and starting to learn how to use them is going to start opening up your intuition. So I want you to do that. I want you to think about that. Let me keep going over here. Spirit is saying that, I said that already. You have a spirit around you that in life seems like they were a knight. They were some kind of knight. I don't know if you have any ancestry that goes back to England or the British Isles or Northwestern Europe, but this person is coming out very, very much like a knight, like a King Arthur's knight. So I don't know if you've ever had any visions of knights, or if you like knights, or like you have movies that have knights in them. But you have someone that's a warrior spirit that walks with you, that appears to me as someone who's on a horse and wearing some kind of suit of armor, like a silver shiny suit of armor. You also have a female spirit that's around you in your spiritual court, and that particular spirit is a motherly spirit. She's like the embodiment of the spirit of Venus, the planet Venus. She's very loving, she's very kind, she's very old. She's more like a grandmother spirit than a mother spirit to you that walks with you in your court. Well, there you go. Those are things to explore. You pulled that Eight of Wands twice. We need to actively be trying to find out what your gifts are. You pulled the Death card. And the Death card talks about your spiritual growth right now. And the spiritual growth that you're going through right now, it's slow and steady. The Death card and the Tower card are the same card. They mean spiritual growth. That's all they mean. But the Tower card means spiritual growth that happens very fast in a jolting way. It's something that happens to you that you weren't expecting. It hits you out of nowhere. And the Death card talks about knowing what you need to do spiritually and having spiritual growth, but it taking a long time. It's like taking raw crystals and throwing them into a tumbler to smooth them out. Do you know what I'm saying? It takes a while to smooth those crystals out. And that's kind of like where you're at right now spiritually. You're growing, but you're growing slowly over time. Spirit talks about travel in the future. Spirit is saying that a spiritual practice that you might want to think about taking up is sex magic. If it's not taking up that particular kind of magic, you pulled the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands talks about fertility, and it talks about the reproductive system, and it talks about creative energy, because sexual energy is creative energy and vice versa. Okay? So I don't know if you're trying to get knocked up or if you're trying to have another kid, but if you were interested in having children, that's kind of like a sign that that's open to you right now. I am birthing a book. Okay. So, I am, Jan, I'm not going to be on here long. So Al, what I'm here to tell you is, have you read the book Urban Tantra? Did I ever give you that recommendation? Have you seen me post about that before? There's a book called Urban Tantra, and I want you to get it if you haven't gotten it yet. It talks about the transmutation of spiritual energy and sexual energy. It's a very, very good book. It also has exercises that you can do with your partner, okay, in order to play, using energy and erotic energy for spiritual purposes. It's great. It's excellent. I want you to get it. Those are all the messages that are coming through for you. That was a lot of messages, but most of them are pretty good. Do you feel like that resonated? Was that helpful for you? That's great. Always have fun with your partner. When you love your partner and your partner loves you, you guys should be having great sex. It should be something that's coming natural, that you guys are just enjoying being with one another. I know as we get older, we start to kind of slow down in that respect. But that doesn't mean that you... I know. But that doesn't mean that you can't continue to enjoy pleasure with one another as you get older. It just changes. The nature of it changes. It's called Urban Tantra. Natalie, are you still around? I've got Natalie, and then I've got my Jackie over here. And I think that's it. Hold on, people. Let me make sure that I'm on point. Yay, Natalie, it's your turn. It is your turn. Natalie and Jackie. Great. Perfect. Awesome. All right, Natalie. I'm going to start shuffling up your cards. Anybody that's watching my live and you like what the things that I'm saying and you like the way I read cards, you can book a private reading with me. If you go to my TikTok profile and you click on the website, the link tree, you'll see book a spiritual consultation. My spiritual consultations are $75, but I'm running a special all of the month of August for $60. That's $1 a minute. Now, even though my readings are only 60 minutes long, I always go over. So if you want to get a discounted rate on getting a reading right now, now is the time to do it because we're already halfway through the month. Also, I read people's birth charts, and getting your birth chart read is very, very important if you're on the spiritual path. If you want to get your birth chart read, you can also have me do that by following the links on my link tree. Lunar, if you go to my link tree and you click on my links, you'll see get your birth chart read, okay? And get your birth chart read. Click on that. It's only $65 and I will do your birth chart for you. Like the whole motherfucking thing. Analysis. And then I'll send it back to you, okay, via email. Okay, lover. What cards do I recommend? You mean for tarot? What kind of cards do I recommend for tarot? Because I have a million motherfucking cards. All right, so if you're a Wiccan or you're a witch, okay, and you want to study like more witchcraft related things in the Wicca sense, okay, the Robin Wood Tarot is the best. Robin Wood Tarot is the best if you're like a Wiccan and you're doing like the Wiccan thing. If you are interested in Celtic spirituality or anything that has to do with the Druids and Northwestern European Celtic stuff, then the Wildwood Tarot is the best. If you are in Orisha tradition or you're interested in Orisha tradition, the Orisha Tarot is excelente. Feel the energy of the Orishas. This is a tarot deck, just like any other tarot deck. It has the same, all the tarot concepts are the same, but it introduces, concepts and philosophy that is part of the Lukumi and Ifa tradition. Those concepts are included. If you want to learn about the Odus, get the African God Oracle. Okay, the African God Oracle has got 36 cards in it. 32 of those cards are Odus that come in positive and come in negative. And then the other 4 cards are moon phases, and they're really, really beautiful. And of course, obviously, reading these cards is not going to divine for you like getting a reading from a Babalawo or an Ianifa, but it's going to teach you about the Odus. And finally, one more. Hold on, I'm not done. I've got 2 more decks I want to share with you. Where is it? This particular card. This is the Earthcraft Oracle. The Earthcraft Oracle deck. The ancients, the ancestors. This is a beautiful deck. The colors are vibrant. It's very diverse with people of color on it. It hits indigenous African and European myths. And finally, but not finally, we have the Herbal Tarot. This is called the Herbal Tarot. So I'm using the Robin Wood Tarot today because it's easy to read, and also the Herbal Tarot. Why is the Herbal Tarot so good? The Herbal Tarot is really, really good because it has the traditional images of the tarot cards on there, but it also comes with an herb. Like this is sarsaparilla. So every single card has a depiction of the herb, so that you can actually learn how to plant, identify, and do tarot cards at the same time. So like that's killing two birds with one stone. And the little booklet that comes along with the herbal tarot will not only tell you the meaning of the card, but it will tell you the medicinal properties of the herb of the card. Fucking great shit. I mean, I've been studying tarot cards for 20 years. I've been using tarot and oracle cards for 20 years, and just the 4 or 5 decks that I mentioned to you right here just blow my mind. They blow my mind. Okay, so go check all of those out. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. I also like the colors because I'm the kind of person that needs like pastels and softer colors. Like I don't want to look at hard colors when I'm trying to read cards. I want a lot of blues and greens and pinks and oranges and yellows, you know. I don't want to sit and look at a lot of red and black. Red and black are my least favorite colors in an oracle deck because the energy is just dense, and I need something that is more lighter on the eyes, easier on the eyes. My favorite color is green, like the color green in my apartment, in my condo. As soon as I moved in here, I said, these walls are going to be green. 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 Just like nature. Just like nature. I go on TikTok because this is where I make my money. This is where I make my money. TikTok is my money maker. I don't like being on this app. I hate it. But financially, I'm tied to it. So people usually find me as a medium through this app. And so that's why I do readings on here. Because of the traffic. You know, I get a lot of traffic. TikTok pushes a lot of traffic. I prefer doing readings on YouTube because it's a lot more quiet and peaceful. Hey, Ray. I'm doing just fine. One more for Natalie. This app shouldn't be called TikTok. It should be called Shadow Work. This is the Shadow Work app. I need to go ahead and do my reminder to everyone to please remember to get off social media and do something with your life that has nothing to do with social media. Like do an abstinence on social media for a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm not opening up TikTok, okay? I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to get on Facebook. I'm not going to get on Instagram. I'm not going to get on Twitter. I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted. Let me tell you something about TikTok, and let me tell you something about Witch Talk, and let me tell you about something about social media. Social media is junk food for your brain. It's mindlessness. And the information that your brain has to process, it's junk. It's junk for your head. And so you are going to feel like poo if you're on TikTok and all you see is one witch coming after another witch all the time. Like that, other people's problems become your problems when you put your nose in it. I'm going to repeat that. Other people's chaotic problems become your problem when you put your nose in it. Even if you are not that witch or that witch, you are still absorbing the negative energy coming through your screen by watching negative stuff. You have to be careful. Okay? Most of the people that come to me for help are empaths and codependent people. So what I'm trying to say is that if you're an empath and you're a codependent person, the energies you expose yourself to are going to affect you. The people, places, and things you expose yourself to are going to affect you. And just like potato chips and Coca-Cola and Snickers bars does not replace steak and potatoes and collard greens, it's the exact same thing. If you want to be a real witch bitch, if you want to become an educated person, if you want to be a powerful practitioner, then read motherfucking books. Read books. Study. Learn. Or get on YouTube and watch documentaries or other educational content. TikTok is not educational content. I have tried for almost 3.5 years on this app to try to be educational. I have tried for 3 years to produce educational content on TikTok. I cannot produce educational TikTok stuff. Like every now and then I'll be able to squeeze out a video talking about something important, like how essential oils are magical. Okay. But this app, you can't learn magic off this app. You can't learn witchcraft off this app. You would have better chances just using a Google search to get an answer for your question than asking anybody on this app. Everybody's looking for validation. I don't know why everybody feels like they need to be validated. Like, why does everybody have such a need to be validated by other people? I don't give a fuck if anybody on the face of this planet doesn't like me. I wouldn't give a fuck if every single person walking on the planet didn't like me. Because other people's approval doesn't affect my self-worth, and it's definitely not going to affect my opinion about things. Hey, Summer. Okay, Natalie, I'm almost done. I got to shuffle up your cards. Hey, Kayla, nothing's wrong. Everything's great. I was just bitching for a minute. I feel fucking fantastic. I feel great. My life is great today. What's up, Ghoul? All right, Natalie. Yes, we're doing readings, and I'm getting ready to read Natalie right now. Okay, starting up your time. So let's go ahead and get this reading underway and find out what the spiritual world has to say to Natalie. Okay. Are you practicing witchcraft, Natalie? Are you a practicing witch? Or are you studying witchcraft? There's a lot of, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you the kind of energy that's coming through here in your reading so far. And it's not positive and it's not negative per se, but there's the major theme that's coming out in your reading right now is balance, being unbalanced, not being balanced. And I kind of like want to investigate that and try to understand that a little bit more. Spirit is very, very adamant about you getting balanced and balancing out your life. And that could mean a lot of different things. Okay? The whole balance thing. Okay. Do you have an ancestor altar? Do you have an ancestor shrine, Natalie? Have you already set that up? Because if you have not set up an ancestor altar yet or an ancestor shrine, you need to. Okay, so here's the thing. You need to make sure that you don't go into like some psychosis or some kind of psychotic state. You just spoke about like you're under spiritual attack and under several spiritual and had several spiritual. We need to take a step back now. We need to look at things from a mundane perspective. And I'll tell you why. Because, you could get physically sick. You could get physically ill. Okay. If you allow the spiritual world to overcome you. Okay. The spiritual world is like a burning fire. It is a fire. It consumes everything. Okay. So we need to take a step back and say we need to look at the mundane first and then look at the magical second. So I want to talk about these things that you just said. The first thing is, besides having an ancestor altar, there's another thing that you can do. You can also create an altar for yourself, an altar for your Ori, for your Atma, or whatever it is you want to call it, your higher self. And if you don't have any particular theme, you can pick your soul planet, the planet that is your soul planet in your astrological birth chart, and create a little altar for that. Mine is Venus, okay? My soul planet is Venus, Shukra. And I created a little altar for my soul planet. It's actually not small, it's really big. But I created an altar for my soul planet because that altar represents me. It represents myself. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with setting up an altar or a shrine that represents you. You can put up altars for all of these different entities, but where's the one you set up for yourself? Okay, do you have a place to live now? Because you did pull the Ten of Wands, and the Ten of Wands is talking about work and putting your nose to the grindstone and focusing on your work, focusing on how you make your money. So I just need to, that's why this Two of Swords came for you. And whenever I pull the Two of Swords for someone, it talks about being imbalanced. So we need to bring you back into balance. Are you living at home? Like, you were evicted? Were you forced to like move back in, like with your parents or your family? Like, are you talking about people who are like conservative Christians and stuff like that? So where are you living? On the street? In a cardboard box? or in a van down by the river. You're living with a schizophrenic friend. Is that what you're saying? All right. So we need to figure out like what you did to get yourself into this situation. What did you do to get yourself into this situation? Where's the accountability and responsibility on your end? What did you fuck up to put you in this situation? Because this situation is a result of some kind of karma. So we need to find out what that is. Like where did everything start going wrong? I need you to close your eyes for a second and take a deep breath. And I need you to tell me the last time everything was all right for you. When was the last time things were good in your life? That's what I need you to do. I need you to go back to that place. Like, give me an age. Tell me what was up. How old were you? Before you were pregnant. Okay, so my question for you is, do you still have children? I mean, obviously you have a child, or you have a child. So where is the child? Oh, okay. So here's the thing. You are not in a safe situation and you need to find a safe house to go to. You've got a 1-year-old child and your primary responsibility in life right now is to make sure that that child doesn't die and it doesn't get abused. That's your primary goal in life. And it sounds like you're really mentally unstable and your situation is really unstable. And I'm telling you right now, you need help. You need to go to a homeless shelter, because as long as you're living with someone and you're not in a shelter, they're going to put you on the back burner. They're only going to give housing to people who are literally on the street. You have to be like on the street to get bumped to the top of that list. So you need to like do what you need to do to get out of that situation with your psycho friend. And you also need a therapist and a psychiatrist, and you need help because you're a shit show right now and we need to clean that shit up. But the only way that's going to happen is if you get safe housing and you get therapy. Okay, you know what? If you're telling me that you're in Massachusetts, that gives me a great sigh of relief. Massachusetts, I owe Massachusetts my life because Massachusetts actually does more for its citizens than probably any other state in the country. I understand things take time, but right now, whether or not your father molested you as a kid or not doesn't matter. Yeah, moving out of Florida was the absolute best thing you could have done for yourself. But here's the thing. You need to really focus on pulling your life together financially and having a stable place to live. So your 1-year-old child, what's going to happen when you work? Who's going to take care of your child for you? Fuck your family. They don't matter. Your family doesn't matter. Guess what? I'm telling you right now, you never have to talk to those people ever again. You never have to pick up the phone and you never have to contact those people, any of them. I don't care if you have 10 brothers and 10 sisters, grandparents, mother, father. You never have to talk to any of them ever again. So fuck your family. They don't matter. What we need, this is what you need to think about. You need to sit down and you need to do a meditation, okay? And you need a piece of paper. I'm sure you can find a piece of paper and a pen from somewhere. The first thing you need to do is you need to sit down and close your eyes and ask yourself, what do I want? Where can I see myself going from here? You need to visualize yourself in your own space, in your own apartment. You need to visualize yourself being able to make money from home so that you can take care of your kid. if you're not, if you have absolutely no one that you trust to leave them with. So you need to start hustling your ass. And I'm going to tell you what else. How many followers do you have? You got 433 followers. You need to get to 1,000 followers. And you need to download Cash App to your phone because it's free. And you need to download Venmo to your phone because it's free. And PayPal down to your phone because it's free. This is your goal. Get to 1,000 followers, learn how to read tarot cards, and sit here and make money online. You need to figure out how to make money by sitting at home, sitting on your ass, taking care of your kid. Then you need to start going live and you need to start making money. Like you need to make more money. How much are you charging for your readings? Yeah, confirmation is you need money whether you know how to read cards or not. Sit there and lie. You're a mother, you've got a 1-year-old child, you're homeless, you're living with a psychotic person, and you've got no help from your family and no one to take care of your kids. You're in a dire situation. I don't care if you sit in McDonald's using their Wi-Fi, okay, and sit there and put down oracle cards and tarot cards for people, but how much money are you calling? Don't do collective readings. Do exactly what I'm doing. I am your example. Use me as your example. Read somebody for $20 for 20 minutes. Say, I do $20 readings for 20 minutes and get $20 from every single person that wants to talk to you, just like I'm talking to you. And you sit there and you take 5 or 6 people in a day, you're walking away with $100 a day. You could be making $100 a day. You could be making $200 a day, depending on how long you want to go live. I needed to pay a bill. So I got on live. I made $100. I'm all set. Now I can go pay my bill. Do you see how I'm saying? It's called a hustle. This is a hustle. And if you're talented and you're a psychic medium, then you need to get your ass on that app on your other profile immediately and pull out your cards and start reading people and making money. No collective readings, nothing for free. What? Okay, you need to make money. That's the first thing you need to do. All the other stuff that came out in your cards doesn't matter. Like, your situation is the problem. No, you need to get on live now. Like, as soon as this reading is over, you need to go live now and go get your cards now and start making money now because you need money now. Let me tell you something about all this spiritual shit and also about your father molesting you. Doesn't matter. Nothing in the spiritual world matters right now, and none of the trauma stuff you've been through matters right now. Don't feel sorry for yourself. So you had a bad childhood. Guess what? My mother and my aunt molested me. So you and we were both sexually molested as kids. Great. Awesome. That happened. It does not change anything that's going on in your life right now. Right now, you need motherfucking money. Right now, you need to get on live. Right now, you need to shuffle your cards and you need to be charging people $20 for 20 minutes. And if you don't want to read them for 20 minutes, then charge them $15 for 10 minutes. But don't do a motherfucking thing for free. Don't do anything for free. Doing anything for free has ended for you for the rest of your life. You got a 1-year-old child and you're responsible to make sure that child stays safe, and you need to pull your motherfucking act together or your kid's going to end up in the exact same situation as you. So what I'm trying to tell you is that right now, the only focus you need in your life is to pay attention to making money and taking care of your child. And you need to start establishing yourself now, because if you start doing those readings, okay, and you start making that money and you're able to have money in your bank account, then you are on your way to being able to be self-sufficient and not having to leave your home. so that you can work full-time as a psychic medium or as a spiritual advisor on this app, and be able to stay at home. That's the most important thing. You need to just not allow, you also need to see, you also need to keep yourself grounded, okay? You need to keep yourself grounded. Because I have I fear that you don't have a balance between you and the spiritual world. Let me remind you something. The spiritual world and the physical world, okay, are the one and the same, just like yin and yang. When you see that symbol of yin and yang, and you see the little bit of black in the white part and a little bit of white in the black part, that is how the spiritual universe interacts with the material world. There's spirit in us, even though we're a carbon-based body, and there is, and the spiritual world is constantly changing and constantly turning over, okay? But your spiritual path is your life. Your spiritual path is your life. Your life is your spiritual path. It's not whether or not you practice witchcraft. It's not whether or not you're a Christian. It's not whether or not you're a Buddhist or someone who practices Ifa. Your spirituality is not your spiritual path. Your spiritual path is you. You are the spiritual path. You are the path. Your life is the path. Okay, you have a destiny. And you and the universe and the forces of the universe are thrusting you. They're hurling you towards your destiny. Okay? And you can choose to do that two ways. If you're driving down the street, driving in the car, you can drive down the highway, or you can pull off the highway and you can drive on the rugged, raw terrain. You have a choice. Right now, you're in the raw, rugged terrain. Whatever choices and decisions you've made thus far in life to get you knocked up and also to like now be homeless, those are choices that you made. These are things that happen to you. These are things that you have to overcome as part of your destiny, as a part of becoming the best version of who you are. So you need to grab a hold of that wheel and get off the terrain and put yourself back on track. Because if you are where you are now, you are not listening to your Ori. You're not listening to your destiny. You need to learn how to rely on being able to understand what it is your purpose is and achieving that. Okay? So, right. So what we need to do is you need to sit down with a journal and you need to write down, why do I keep fucking up? What is it that I keep doing that brings me into this situation? Right, that's you. You're making that happen. You're making that. That's something that's wrong with you. You need to fix that. Oh yeah, codependency, 100%. Sounds like you're an empath, sounds like you're codependent, sounds like you are very developmentally challenged. There's a lot of things that you didn't get in your childhood that would have prepared you to be able to be an adult. See, your parents are supposed to teach you how to be an adult. Your parents are supposed to prepare you for having a job. Your parents are supposed to prepare you for working and being able to take care of yourself, and no one taught you those skills. Yeah. So if you understand that's where you're at, then you need to go ahead and fix that. You need to go ahead and put up boundaries between you and everything else and everyone else, and figure out exactly why it is that you've allowed this situation to happen with you. God, I feel so bad for your child right now. I feel so desperately bad that you've got a kid that you brought into this world and is now in this situation with you. Yeah, well, guess what? Helping other people has left you in a homeless situation twice now. So what does that tell you about helping other people? Today must be the day for it. Today is definitely the day for it. God damn, today must be the day for it. So this is what I need you to do. Okay, Natalie? What I need you to do is don't pay anybody else for any readings. You gave me $20. You needed that $20 to go buy diapers for your kids, for your kid. I'm telling you what to do. I'm going to tell you what you need to do to start fixing your life. The first thing is you're not going to spend money on anything unless it's food for you and for your kid. That's the only thing you're going to put money out for is food and diapers for you and your kid, because you're an irresponsible parent. So we need to first you need to claim responsibility over your life, which you do not have any. So claiming responsibility over your life first means you're not putting out any money for anything. The second thing it is you're going to sit down and you're going to seriously journal and do some work on yourself and ask yourself the serious question, why have I allowed everyone in the system to fuck me over? Why have I allowed this? Why did I allow this to happen to me? And why have I allowed this to happen to me and my son? You need to figure out why, what the problem is in your head that has allowed you to end up in this situation more than one time, and pull your fucking act together. And your primary focus right now is to charge your phone, pull out your tarot cards, and start making money on TikTok because you got a fucking kid to pay for. I don't care, Natalie. You're making excuses for yourself now. I don't care. At the age of 18 or 16 or at any point in time, you could have gotten a job, you could have gotten your own place and taken care of yourself, period. The timing doesn't work. It has nothing to do with the timing. It's about your choices. It's about your choices. But no, I don't care how horrible your parents are. My parents are absolutely horrible. My parents are horrible too. Stop thinking about your parents. Fuck your parents. Your parents don't matter. You need to bring yourself to the present moment right now. Anything that happened yesterday doesn't matter now. Anything that anyone did to you in the past doesn't matter right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me put it to you differently, Natalie. Nothing just happens. Nothing just happens. Nothing just happens out of the blue. You ended up homeless because your parents did something to you, or because your husband did something to you. Nothing just happens. Everything just isn't fine, and the next morning you wake up and you're kicked out of your house. There's something wrong. And there's something wrong with you that needs to be fixed. And so what I'm saying is right now, the biggest problem in your life is you. See, this person has mental illness because you're not listening to what I'm saying. Your responses are showing that you're not accepting the responsibility on your side. I need you to type into the chat, I understand that I am responsible for taking care of myself and my kid. Yeah, and get out of the victim mentality. All right, well, your time has expired and I can't help you. Okay, good. So what I need you to do is do exactly what I just said. Go sit and meditate and ask yourself what you did to cause this problem for you right now, like what you weren't doing that caused this situation to happen, and get on live and start making money, and please take care of your child. God, that's so depressing. Go start making money right now, like in 5 minutes, right now. Start working, and don't stop working until you have $1,000 in your account, even if you're up for 3 days straight. Okay. All right. My day is just fine. My day is just fine. I'm over here working. Don't you see I'm working? I broke a sweat. I broke a sweat on this last one. God damn. Are you sure you still want to be a spiritual worker? You sure you still want people that do spiritual work? You sure you want to do spiritual work? Because I'll tell you what I would see. 80 to 90% of other psychic readers, how they would read Natalie. Okay? They would say, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I feel so sorry for you. Oh, I can see, yes, it's in your cards. Oh, bad things are happening to you. Don't worry. It's going to get better. Keep your chin up. Talk to your spirits. Call on your spirit guides." No, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Get your fucking act together. I don't think I remember reading you. No, because I do not, I right now I can't see any kind of picture. I see a picture, but did you have a face-to-face reading with me? Because Natalie, I don't remember. Or you did a live reading. Natalie, I'm sorry that right now I'm not picking up on the other readings that we had. Oh, the last reading you got from me was 2 years ago? The last time I read you was like 2 years ago? Now you're making me feel like I didn't do my job right. Well, I feel like I didn't do my job. Because if I would have done a better job, then I feel like I mean, let me ask you a question then. Do you feel like the quality of your life is going to get better? Baby, I talk to a lot of people every day. I am so sorry that right now I'm not making the connection between this live reading here and the reading that I gave you. Okay? Because I don't have the mental or moral capacity to be able to remember everyone and all the messages that I give. I don't. I'm not Superman. Matter of fact, after you come and get a reading from me, when I'm done with that reading, I forget. I purposefully clean myself off spiritually and wipe from my mind anything I said to an individual. So even if you've come to me 10 times, every time you come to me, it's going to be like a new experience for me. And the messages I give you are going to be the messages that you need right then. I don't remember stuff like this. You're not paying me enough. People don't pay me enough for me to walk around holding this kind of information in the cloud. So I hope that the quality of everything starts getting better for you. I am glad you're in Massachusetts. I'm glad you're in Massachusetts. All right, Jackie, I'm shuffling up your cards. Hey, Michelle. But, just be careful that you don't fall into that I'm going to be a victim situation, because that's bad. Don't go into victim mode. That's the worst possible thing that you could do, is blame everybody else. Got to keep working towards improving the quality of your life. It took me 20 years to pull my act together. So keep improving the quality of your life. Keep praying and keep doing your thing. Go make that money. Hustle. Girl, go hustle. Do what you got to do. Suck as many dicks as you need to. Go out and buy a pack of condoms if that's how you're going to make money, but make fucking money. I tell you what, there's a lot of, let me tell you about these guys that practice Palo Mayombe and these babalaos, these big ass babalaos out there that practice Cuban Ifa, that are homophobic and transphobic and everything else. I'm going to ask them, for any of those people that are like, oh no, you can't be gay and you can't do this. I would like to ask every single one of them, how much is your butthole? How much does your ass cost? Because guess what? Everybody has a price. I don't care who you are. All of you walking around, you got a price tag on that butthole. Okay? You want to know how much my asshole cost? You want to know how much? $750. That's how much it cost for me to sell my ass. And I'll tell you what happened. At a time in my life where I was like this person over here, Natalie, when I had nothing and I was homeless and I needed money to pay my bills because the government had shut down my bank account because I had no, because I had no money. I did a job where I went out and I did an out-call appointment to do a massage. And when I got there, I was supposed to do this erotic massage for this guy. And he asked me, he asked me if he could fuck me. And I said, and at that moment in time in which he asked me that, where I was in my life, I said, how much do you have? No, that's not what I said. I said, yeah, for $1,000. That's what I said. I said, for $1,000, yeah, you can fuck me. And he was like, well, I don't have 1,000. I said, well, how much do you have? And he came back with like, I have $750. So I said, okay. So I let him fuck me for $750 because I needed the money. And guess what? I got my bills paid and I got my bank account unfrozen. But if you're poor and you're on the street and you're homeless, you got to do what you got to do to make your motherfucking money. Whenever I see these guys, these white guys standing on the side of the street, these young white guys standing on the side of the street, holding up a sign, asking for money, you know what I do? I roll down the window and I say, you could be making money right now. You could be making $100 an hour. You could be making $200 an hour. It just depends on what you're willing to sell in order to get your life straight. So when I see a young white guy that looks like me holding a sign on the side of the street, I roll down my window and tell him, start selling ass and you'll be able to get your own place. Don't be a beggar, okay? You don't have to beg. Everybody has at least one part of their body that they can sell. 2, actually 3. 1, 2, 3. You got 3 holes. Guess what? You can make money off of all of those things. And I know that this stuff I'm saying right now might sound like I know the people listening to me right now must be thinking, this guy is off his fucking rocker. This guy is absolutely insane. This guy is absolutely crazy. What is he telling people to do? What is he telling people to do? I'm telling you that if you are if you got to do what you got to do to make your money. I did what I had to do. And I guarantee you, any one of those Babalaos out there, any one of those Tatas out there that want to be assholes about who can and cannot practice these traditions, okay, every single one of those men would take it up the ass if they needed the money to do it. If they needed money to pay their bills or their child support. Or if they were going to be homeless, guaranteed. Everybody's got a price tag. I don't care who you are. So yeah, that's everything I have to say about that. Let me just go back to shuffling my cards over here. And I blame and here's the thing. I blame my parents. Go do your readings. Go for it. I do blame my parents, because my parents did me no favors. My parents didn't do me any favors. My parents were supposed to teach me how to take care of myself. My parents were supposed to protect me. They did not protect me, nor did they teach me how to take care of myself. So a lot of my problems that I had in my life were based on my alcoholism and all of the skills that I didn't have that required human beings to take care of themselves. That's the truth. And now at the age of 43, after having gone through it, I have the right to say whatever I want to say when it comes to these matters because I've already lived through it. Hey everybody, I'm sorry. I'm running off and going off on a tangent. I didn't mean to. Hey Regina, hey, who came in here? Who's my friend? Kylie, Nasha. Just going off on a little tangent. Trying to I'm keeping it real over here, trying to bring people back to reality. There you go. 100%. 100%. And I'm sure as soon as it was over, you wiped your brow and you took a shower and you cleaned yourself off and you kept going. And you didn't even think about it. Oh, great, Michelle. That's good to know. I'm here to help. Good God Almighty. That's awesome, Michelle. My readings tend to stick with people. My readings tend to stick in people's minds. Are you ready for the reading that stuck in my mind? You're going to get your mono? Wonderful for you. Good for you. Good for you. That's fantastic. Good for you. I'm so happy for you. It's going to change your life. You're going to feel so much better. Once you make that pact with Arunmila, your life is going to change. It's going to get better. I promise you. It will. It will. But so I got up with this guy, right? I'll show you Chubby Chica. Hold on. I was going to this therapist because I was in a relationship with this guy. It's the one man that I was like in a relationship with. okay, for a prolonged period of time, back when I thought I was gay. And I thought being gay and being with a man was the right thing for me. It was not the right thing for me. It was not in alignment with my ori, but I was there. I found myself there. And I got a reading from this psychic guy. My therapist told me that, there's this guy, he does really good readings. I've had readings from him before, why don't you book him? So I booked this guy for a reading, and he calls me. I paid him like $20 for 5 minutes to talk to him for 5 minutes. And he said, "What's your name?" I told him I was Philip Ryan Deal. "What's your birthday?" I said, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, "Okay, hold on a second. Wait, where do you live?" I said, "I live in Virginia." He was like, "Okay." And he was like, "You're in some kind of relationship and you need to get out of it, like, immediately." And I was like, "Okay." He said, "You've known that you need to get out of this relationship for a long time, but you're still in it. Why won't you get out of this relationship?" And I said, "I don't know. I just feel kind of stuck." And he was like, "Are you in a relationship with a man or a woman?" And I said, "I'm in a relationship with a man." And the guy says, "You're not gay." He said, "Why are you with a man? You're not gay?" He was like, "You might be bisexual or something, but you don't need to be with a man because, that's not coming through here. You fucked up on that one. You need to go back and get some therapy and find out who you really are, because you're like in the wrong kind of relationship." Psychic medium fucking told me. Laid me out. Dead. D-E-D, dead. Dead. And after he said, "You're not gay," a light went off in my head. And I said, well, goddamn, he's right. I'm not gay. You know why I knew I wasn't gay? Because I cheated on that man with women every single year for 7 years. We were together for like 6.5 years, almost 7 years. And I cheated on him with women like almost every single year, at least once. Because I was convinced that I was gay. From my childhood, from my teenage years, from all this fuck shit with religion and stuff. But no. I got into this relationship. It was the wrong relationship to get into. It was not aligned with who I was as a person. It wasn't aligned with my destiny. And this motherfucking psychic called me out. And I was like, God damn. Hey, Za, I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. My day is awesome sauce. If my day is only getting better. Fuck all those titles. I'm just a sexual being. I'm a sexual person. I've been a sex worker for 16 years. After your job is sex, you kind of forget about any kind of definitions like that. They just don't matter. It really doesn't matter. You probably spent a lot of time sitting around thinking about how you can define your sexuality, and guess what? It didn't even matter. I don't know why people have to define themselves like that. It's so limiting. It's so restricting. I just knew that I didn't need to be with a man because being with a man was making me miserable. It wasn't giving me what I needed emotionally. What I needed was a female. And all the relationships I've been with since Josh have been women. I've been with women ever since. Yeah, I might be queer or whatever, but I don't need to be in a relationship with a man because that doesn't align with what I need. It's not what I need in my life. But that sure did a number on me, man. Jackie, are you still here? Because I think you're up, baby. Yeah, Jackie, you can change. Your taste can change. I'm done for the day. As soon as I finish doing this reading, I have to take a break because I can only do so many readings at a time. I will be going live a lot, so believe me, you'll catch me next time. I've decided that I'm going to start making going live and doing live readings like a staple in my schedule. So I'll get you. I'll tell you something about men's sexual orientation. Men's sexual orientation is fluid. It's fluid. Men are way more sexually fluid than women are. Way more sexually fluid than women are. You just would never know it because men won't talk about it. You just would never know it. And if your man has ever had any kind of like same-sex desire or a homoerotic fantasy, you would never know about it because he doesn't want you to think he's gay. Hey, Odie, thank you for the love. Will your eyes be okay? Honey, I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. You need a doctor to tell you that. You need a doctor to tell you that. Honey, I can't answer any of those questions. These are paid readings. I can't answer what's good or bad for you. And I'm not going to do any kind of reading for you at all without money. So you can stop asking questions. It's not how I function. You need to go to someone else's live. Go somewhere else to get free answers to your questions. Lord, have mercy on me. You don't have to be sorry. I have very strong boundaries. Hey, Lexi. Let's talk about boundaries for a second. How can you schedule a private reading with me? You can go to my TikTok profile. You can click on the link tree, okay, which is the website address under my bio, and it will say schedule a consultation. You can schedule a consultation through my Booksy. It'll take you to my Booksy, and you will book me through my scheduler, my online scheduler. Okay? All my readings are done on Eastern Standard Time. So I charge $75 for a reading, and right now I'm running a special for $60. For all of you who want to get that $15 off, run over there right now, even if you don't schedule your reading out for a week or 2 weeks. I just had somebody schedule a reading for November. I texted the person and said, you do realize that you scheduled your appointment for November, right? They're like, oh yeah, that's my birthday. I was like, awesome, great. I will see you on your birthday several months from now. So it doesn't matter when you schedule your appointment. You can just go get that discount. It's worth it. I'm worth every penny. I'm worth every penny. I can do a lot more for you than a Victoria's Secret thong. I can do a lot more for you. My boundaries are so fucking tall. I tell you what, let me tell you something about boundaries, okay? Once you create a boundary, you have to maintain it. Once you create a boundary between you and other people, that boundary has to stay up. You have to maintain your boundaries between you and other people. Don't let anyone take advantage of you. Just don't. And here's the thing. Even when people are having problems, I still have to maintain boundaries with them. I still have to maintain boundaries with people, even if they need help. Because sometimes what that person needs isn't a reading. They need a therapist. Or maybe what that person needs is counseling, or they need to figure out something to do with their life. Or a doctor. It's time to stop people pleasing. Being a people pleaser fucked my life up. Kept me in relationships way longer than I ever should have been in. Made me bend my own morals and ethics and morality and standards because I was trying to make other people happy. Well, I fixed that shit. I'm going to give everybody some free advice. You ready? I'm going to teach you something for free right now. I'm going to give everybody an exercise to do. Guess what? I'm not even charging you for it. I need everybody, after this live is over, or at some point in time in the next 24 hours, to get a piece of paper. You're going to get a piece of paper and a pen, and you're going to draw a line down that piece of paper. And on one side of that line, you're going to write down how I want to be treated. And on the other side, you're going to write how I refuse to be treated by other people. So you're going to start making a laundry list of all the ways that you expect to be treated in life. If someone is going to talk to me, they have to talk to me with respect. If someone is going to want something from me, they're going to have to pay for it, either financially or by some other means. I don't want people around me who are going to take advantage of me. I don't want people around me that are going to gaslight me or talk down to me or call me names. Or you just start writing down all of the bad experiences you've ever had in life with other people and write that shit down. This is how I do not want to be treated. This is how I do want to be treated. This is how I do not want to be treated. And put that shit on your motherfucking refrigerator. And every single morning when you wake up and you get out of bed and you make yourself a cup of coffee, stand there and look at it. If you have a problem creating boundaries between you and other people, look at that motherfucking list and be like, oh yeah, I forgot. Today people are going to respect me when I go out on the street. That's not selfish, Crystal. It's not selfish. Not selfish at all. Self-care is not selfish. You just pointed out something, baby, that I want to share with everybody else. If you're a codependent person, or you're someone who is a people pleaser, or you're someone who's an empath and you act as a doormat for everybody around you, you are going to feel guilty when you put up a boundary between you and other people. You are going to feel greedy or selfish or when you start doing things for yourself because you are not used to it. You're not used to putting yourself first. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Everybody who follows me is very sensitive. I know a lot of the people that follow me are very sensitive, and I love you guys. I really, really do. You guys don't understand. Even though I talk a lot of shit, I genuinely care about every single person that comes into my lives. I genuinely care about everybody that gets a reading from me. Okay? This is my last reading. You're going to have to get a reading from me next time I go live, Desiree. Okay? I will be going live again within the next Monday. I'll be going live. Okay? So come back. But what I'm trying to say to everybody is that when you start doing things for yourself, it's going to feel bad at first. user 817-493-635-3042. You can go to my TikTok profile and click on my link tree. Click on my website and scroll down. It'll say book a spiritual consultation. Just follow that. Follow me all the way to Booksy and book a spiritual consultation. But you're gonna feel bad about you're gonna go to do something. This is how it works. You set up a boundary with someone because you're like, hey, guess what? I'm tired of getting fucked over. So I'm going to set up a boundary with this person. Then you set up that boundary and then you feel guilty. You feel guilty. You feel bad about yourself because you are afraid you're going to hurt that motherfucker's feelings by putting up a boundary. What? You're going to feel guilty about putting up a boundary with someone? What? And then you're going to go do something good for yourself. And then you're going to feel like you're selfish. Man. You see how crazy that shit sounds? You see how crazy that shit sounds when I say it out loud? But you guys do it to yourself every fucking day. Man, so many people used me so hardcore for so long. You guys wonder why I'm such a bitch. If you guys ever wonder why I am such a hard person and why I come out swinging so hard, it's because of the life I've lived. I didn't get to where I was at because I had a nice cushy life, okay? I mean, I have been very blessed. I have been extremely blessed. I have been in beautiful situations, but there was a lot of problems. I'm talking about a lot of underlying problems along the way. A lot of underlying problems in me that needed to be resolved. It took a long time. Oh, and then I went through a period of time a couple of years ago where I was just so fucking angry. I was just so mad all the time. I was angry all the time. Okay, Enchanted Forest. Look, I'm keeping it real over here 24/7, 365. Jackie, I'm still shuffling up your cards here. I'm trying to get back into that mode of reading you. Although, I'm not going to lie to you, Jackie. I would so much rather see you face to face and talk to you. Jackie is one of my mentees. So my question is, Jackie, are you available to talk face to face? Yeah, I'll call you for 20 minutes and talk to you face to face because I love you. I'd love to see your face. So why don't you let me do this? Why don't you let me get coffee? Why don't you let me pee, okay? And pull my act together. And then I'm going to call you and I'll see you face to face for like 20 minutes. Okay? All right, everybody. That means I am going to leave now. And I'm going to go get something to eat, and then I'm going to call my friend so that I can give her a quick reading. Okay? Bye. Bye. Stay strong. Keep those boundaries nice and strong. Tell everybody to go fuck themselves. Tell them to go fuck themselves.